So good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to something called SCP Nine Tailed Fox. And if you know anything about SCP games, you'll know that you spend the vast majority of your time running away from horrific monsters that are trying to viciously and viscerally murder you. This game, however, I think takes a bit of a different tactic with it. Actually gives you the opportunity to fight back, which seemed like a different way of approaching an SCP game, and hopefully it will be good. So let's get on with the game and see what sorts of things happen. Oh, I have no idea. The game can be saved at any time. However, in the case of SCP objects, a safe classification does not mean that holding it does not pose a threat. What about this one? Objects are insufficiently understood or inherently unpredictable. As such, the reliable containment is not always possible. In this difficulty, saving is only allowed at specific locations. Can't even read. Don't know what half these words are either, but never mind. Considered most dangerous and Foundation containment. The same can be said for this difficulty level. SCPs are more aggressive. You only have one life. When you die, the game is over. Well, I'm definitely going to die then. Let's go over the middle of the road. Why not? So, I don't really know anything about this game other than the fact that it's brand new, at least in relation to when I'm recording this. When it goes up, nobody knows. But it was only released a few days ago, and I think it is still in an early access form. I don't think it's in a 1.0, I think it's in a 0.2 at the moment. But hopefully it will be good fun.
Back now. Let's do this.
Oh, goodness, Fred. I do wish you wouldn't get quite so close behind me. Also, I didn't realise there was three of us, but never mind. Right, we're going to completely ignore the fact that the game crashed while attempting to load, and we're going to get on with the game. The keycard is required to open this door. Oh. Okay. This is like monstrously similar to Containment Breach. Sorry about that, that wasn't supposed to happen. I pressed the wrong button. Hold on to your darned horses for a minute. This is freaking loud.
Has entered the facility. All remaining survivors are advised to stay in the evacuation shelter or any other safe area until the unit has secured the facility. We'll start escorting personnel out when the escaped SCPs have been recontained.
Right, I have fixed most of the audio problems. We're going to completely ignore my extremely bad history when it comes to this game and audio balancing. But I could be completely wrong about this, right? But I'm just going to put this out there because I think I'm correct, and that's enough evidence for anybody to make a statement. I could be completely mad, but I think this might possibly be made by the same person that made the original SCP Containment Breach, because one of the opening little like studio animations at the beginning seems bizarrely similar to one that
Nobody's around. It's quiet. Too quiet. My gut tells me something isn't right.
Okay. I'm not sure who that was talking, but they seem to have walked away now, so unfortunately we'll never hear the end of their fascinating conversation. Yes, and this could just be an incredibly faithful reproduction.
All surviving personnel once again. Do not attempt to reach the exits. Either find a safe area or go into one of the many evacuation shelters inside the facility.
Thank you. I wish you'd stop shouting at me for 5 minutes. Yes, in terms of like the UI and the environment, it could just be that I've done that twice now. It could just be that it's like built to be extremely similar, like a really faithful reproduction. But it is like monstrously similar, and this is almost like a modded version of the original SCP Containment Breach. To save them sort of building it from the ground up, if they just started with Containment Breach and then they built everything else off that. That might be of what they've done, I don't know. Why did everything go all dark there for a minute? Okay, right. The thing... Oh goodness, if I'm not mad, I remember you.
Hey, isn't it Wednesday today?
Well, I'm glad my team is competent, because I'm not. Kitty Hunt. Good, good. My team are excellent combatants, and now we have survived. And now they've disappeared and left me because they've realised I'm freaking useless. If I remember correctly, I don't know the designation for that SCP, but it's some kind of zombie, which is, less than pleasant. Oh, goody, you haven't abandoned me. You're just getting disturbingly close. Okay. Conference room 9B. Okay. The thing is you have to click while you're in your inventory, but then once you're out of the inventory, you really mustn't click, because then that wastes a load of ammunition. Okay. I'm not going to bother saving, because I doubt we're going to be, around.
This place seriously gives me the creep. Let's get this over with quickly.
Yes, yes, I mostly concur. Not really because of the place, as much as the everything that lives in it.
The lift to Gate B has been locked down to ensure the safety of the upper areas of the facility. Please remember to stay inside the evacuation shelters until the facility has been secured.
I don't remember this particular room. This, like, little research area. This... the heck was that? I don't... that area in particular isn't massively familiar to me. But, yeah, the rest of it is just mysteriously similar. Like, bizarrely similar. Extremely good reproduction, or as I said, built out of the same basic building blocks, perhaps. We never shall know. Okay, so this area seems to have been a bit of a dead end, but we've dealt with an SCP, we've dealt with a zombified Dr. Man, so that's good. I feel like we have earned ourselves a break in the cafeteria. Oh wait, no we can't. We have to go off and find more people to shoot.
Report to the nearest mobile task force unit for retrieval of several high-importance objects.
What'll happen after this, man? I don't know. Let's just get this over with. Okay.
Substantive conversation. Okay, was that voice over was talking about a subject D reporting to a Nine Tailed Fox for the retrieval of some important items? I wonder whether that's the subject D that's meant to be playing the game with... what's this dark spot on the wall? That reminds me of Ragtime Gal, and I don't like that in the slightest. I wonder whether that's the subject D that's like the protagonist of the game, and they're saying like report to a Nine Tailed Fox unit because you've got a load of SCPs on you, like the would you move your bum, man? Thank you very much. Like you know, the different items that you pick up, the different keys and things, and like the gas mask and stuff, and the rings.
9341 designated for termination.
Ah, okay. So they've decided that the Class D personnel have been a little bit naughty and not brought their... this is new, I've never seen this before. Haven't brought all of the treasure back to me, myself, and I. Well, me, myself, and my two identical twins, as it were, wearing different coloured pyjamas. So, yes. They have been most naughty and need to be punished with many bullets to their face. I ain't walking under that. Somebody else can walk under that, because frankly I'm just not going to. Well, that at least explains why the Nine Tailed Fox units always attack the Class D personnel, which I never did quite understand. Maybe the idea was that they'd seen too much, or that it was just easier.
Seriously gives me the creep.
Oh, shut up, you repeating people. Maybe they just decided to shoot the Class D personnel because it was easier than going, like, faffing around trying to recontain them. Or they didn't want any of the Class D to have too much information from wandering around the facility and seeing loads of the SCPs. Perhaps that Class D personnel had too much information about the SCPs, so decided to terminate them for that reason. I don't know. The only thing I know is that I've seen a shockingly small number of SCPs thus far, but never mind. I suppose if this one's running with a randomised map, like the first one was, we are very likely to see similarly lengthy and inconvenient corridors. Okay, let's just have a little poke around in the bathroom and see if there's anybody here that needs to be shot. Anyone here? Anyone in the drain pipe? Oh, they talking again. I wish they'd stop blabbering on. They keep distracting me, thinking I'm seeing things. It is a little interesting though, having like followers, because it means that there's good guys and there's bad guys in this place. Because in the original SCP Containment Breach, whenever you saw anything move, you were 99.9% certain it wanted to murder you.
I don't know. And even if it was, doubt there'd be any left for us.
I wish you two would shut up. Right, like it's my job to prattle on about meaningless rubbish, not yours. I do wonder if they can die. I don't want them to die, because they seem to be the only people vaguely capable of fighting in this place. But, we'll come back to all of that in a minute. What do you got here? The electrical centre. I must say, it's very nice of them to give me a key card. That makes my life so much easier. I'm trying to... Sorry, I haven't played SCP Containment Breach since the ending of the series that I did on it, which was like... goodness, I don't know. Probably over a year ago. Year and a half ago. So, yeah, all of this is not working now. Oh, fiddlesticks. Can I? I hear footsteps. That's you. Is there anyone else? Okay, it seems I've got like a red flashlight, a red tactical flashlight. Is there anyone else here? Because if my memory serves me correctly, there's somebody else here right now. But maybe he shall be joining us a little bit later. I don't know. I'm going to see whether I can get these blasted lights working again. Yay! I mended it. I've now got my engineering degree, and I don't have to make $12.50 an hour shooting monsters in dark, dingy basements with crazy lunatics like this dragging on behind me. Excellent. My career progression is going marvellously. It's bizarre. Even though I have a gun, and even though I've already killed an SCP, I don't feel safe, right? And that's one of the things I... You shut up! So one of the things I love about SCP, I don't love the unendingly pointless corridors, but one of the things I love about SCP is the way that it manages to creep you out even when it shouldn't. Even when there's no reason whatsoever for it to be creepy, it somehow still manages it. Even when I've got two friends that are well armed, and myself who was also well armed. But there are so many people in this place I want to kill. I really want to kill Ragtime Gal, and I really want to kill everyone else. My only concern is the what's his number? 187, I think. The possibly the founder of all SCP, I believe he was. Because I don't think he's going to be particularly permeable to bullets. If I had to guess. I genuinely do not believe that my bullets are going to do much good. And I say that even though I've already seen the Nine Tailed Fox units contain 187 by... I don't know, they put him in some kind of big cage, which is all very bizarre. This is definitely new. I've never seen anything like this before. And this seems far too pleasant and cheerful for anything which should have been allowed around here.
How could you tell? I thought you didn't know how to play this.
What are you looking at? Don't do that, mate. You're scaring me. You suddenly look off into the distance in the middle of a sentence. You're going to frighten me. Please do not do that. We should get out of the frickin' way occasionally. Honestly. Okay, what's this room? Why is there just this big glass box with a ventilation shaft in it? Is this just for locking people in this room and then like knocking them out by putting like, I don't know, knockout gas into this? This is very disconcerting. I'm not at all pleased with what I'm looking at here. Okay, you'd think they could at least keep a reception area happy and cheerful, as opposed to all of the horrors in the rest of this building. But no, apparently the SCP Foundation had to screw that up as well. It's got a nice picture. Nice happy giddy up, that's high resolution. That's like, wow. For a painting, that's incredible. Would you God? Okay, I don't seem to be able to open these sort of manual doors. Oh, excellent. What's this a chart of? This is, sound level in decibels. Oh, I wanted this to be a trend line of like number of innocent people horrifically murdered because, you know, we can't be bothered to sort out our own problems. We just let them out to the world. Oh, the joys of the containment company. Idiot, there's nothing here! Goodness sake, we've been going nearly 15 minutes and we've met basically no SCPs. This is unacceptable. The frickin' dead ends in this place is unacceptable as well. Goodness sake. Where am I going? Let's try down here. Gotta be with some more SCPs somewhere. I feel like we're just a lot of office areas. We need to get like to the heavy containment area. That would be the place to go. Ah, the little navigator. Like, do that again. Oh yeah, I forgot. If you haven't upgraded this thing, it's basically useless, isn't it? Never mind. Maybe we'll find that SCP later, the big old clockwork machine. Not that I doubt it'll do me much good. How do I put this thing away? There we are. That's better. Yes, I didn't... What's that? Oh, it's alright. It's just the top of a lamp. Sorry, I thought it was the rusty head of some bizarre monster. That seems spooky. This also seems like the place I started. Is it? It is, isn't it? This is the place I frickin' began. Marvellous. Can I leave? Can I? No, okay. I can't just run away. It seems I've got a job to do. Okay, so I seem to have explored the majority of the places I'm able to access, unless I've missed something somewhere. We've still met so few SCPs. This is unacceptable. I need to find some more. To find some spooky murderous things. To ideally murder me, or let me murder them. What the hell is that? Ah. Seems one of our compadres was slightly less cheerful and buoyant than we are. Ah. Hooray. Yeah, you'll pardon me if I don't particularly wish to use that gun given what it's just been used for. Okay, right. Well, we meant something horrific, but it was humanly horrific instead of, you know, like, fantastically horrific. Right. Okay, some more elevators. I doubt either of these are going to work. The elevator appears to be broken. The elevator appears to be broken. Aren't they all? Would you get your great big bosom out of the way, mate? Okay, what do we got here? Oh, this is the place we were before, isn't it? Like the big, the area with all the servers in it. I don't think we went across this way, so... Would you open the door? Just open the door. Thank you. It's not rocket science. I know you're a bit of a bullet head, but come on. Surely you can manage a concept like hitting a big red button with your great big mutton hands. Man alive, the number of freaking gates in this place. The number that are all shut. You'd think some of them would go somewhere. Oh, I remember this place. Yes, this is almost like an airlock, if I remember correctly. Stop shouting. Every time you get excited about pizza day, I think you've seen a monster and it's trying to kill you. It's very, very annoying. But there was no one in there, and for that I'm grateful. It also means we're accessing a new area, because we haven't been through there before. Come on, just give me some freaking action. Just give us some action. Been doing way too much of just wandering around. We need to see something exciting and not just a picture of Albert Einstein. We need to... Stop trying to chop the end of my nose off and let me through the door. I should also emphasize that I have no idea how many SCPs are already in this, so I don't know whether 187 is here, I don't know whether Ragtime Gal is here, I have no idea who is here. For all I know, we've already met basically everybody. Oh, this is the door. I doubt we'll be able to get through here because I haven't got the key. I forget what number this is. It's a number that ends in 0. I remember that much. Would you stop freaking doing that? At this rate, I'm not going to have any bullets left. Yes, so I'd need the key for this, but I haven't got the key. So I'm going to need to track that down if I want to. I also do find myself wondering whether the Class D is here. You know, the protagonist of the original game. Because if he's here, maybe he's got the key, and I need to track him down and kill him so that I can get the key off him. Really is a fascinating sort of role reversal. Oh, little ducky. What happened with the duck again? What was up with the duck? I seem to remember the duck moved while you weren't looking at it, but this one doesn't seem to move at all. I suppose it's just a normal duck, placed here by a not very normal employee. Mind you, you have to be quite abnormal to work in such an abnormal company. Yes, but yeah, fascinating sort of role reversal of, you know, always trying to avoid the Nine Tailed Fox units and being such a pain in the backside, but then all of a sudden just being them and being on the absolute flip side of the equation. It's absolutely fascinating. Right, is this where we were before? Because I feel like, yeah, we went through here, didn't we? Okay, so let me track back and see if I've missed anything. Okay, I'm seeing things that aren't there. Again, linking back to what I said before about the SCP franchise being able to scare you when it's not even doing anything scary. Let me just backtrack and see if I missed any potential doorways. Everything... I mistook that for something spooky, and that is just depressing when I mistake a, Did you move your button out of the way? Yeah, I'm going to guess this is built from the same groundwork as the Containment Breach game, because the Containment Breach game had a lot of this in it. And I'm guessing they wouldn't have put that in there just to be faithful. Did you hear that? Like, in the middle of their incoherent babble, I heard like a little cry. Most bizarre. There's somebody very sad around here. Is there somebody very sad who would be made very happy by having a large volume of lead stuck between their eyes? Probably not, because that's quite a rare type of person. But, judging from all the open doors, I'm guessing we've been this way before. Yes. Almost definitely. Kitty out. This isn't going quite as I anticipated, I must admit. Right? Like, I was predicting a hell of a lot more SCPs and a hell of a lot less just wandering around. So, yeah. This hasn't quite gone off as I planned. But I must say, so far it's being a lot more successful, even though it's not doing anything SCP-y. It's certainly being a lot more successful than a lot of the SCP games I play. Because I should emphasise that I play SCP games whenever and wherever I find them, because I love the franchise, but so many of them are so terrible. It's unbelievable. There is very, very few franchises out there that get as many games as SCP, and such a high proportion of them being rubbish. It is honestly bizarre, the number of terrible SCP games people make. Okay, I've been wandering about for about a frickin' hour, and I've on about my 5th map seed, but never mind, we've finally found something different, something that we haven't seen before. So this appears to be an airlock, yes. So hopefully this will give me access to a deeper area of the facility.
They must have cut the power.
Yes.
The elevator isn't working.
It's probably a part of the lockdown protocol.
Subject D9341.
I'll go there and see what's wrong. You two, stay here and guard the elevators while I'm gone, in the case that we get greeted by guests or otherwise.
Why
Okay,
are we using
right.
the elevator during a containment breach? Stairs are the safest alternative right now.
What? Scared the elevator will fall? Besides, this place goes way too deep. My people would be killing me more than anything else in this whole damn facility.
Right, I really, really love that voiceover had to come in and shout over that person explaining where the release for the elevators are. I really hope it's up here, because I don't know where else it would be, or it could be, and I didn't hear where it was, because they didn't explain it. Are you dead? I get the distinct impression you aren't dead, but maybe you are. Let's hope and pray that he is. Okay, let's use the fuse on this. Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Help me.
Okay, I'd probably best get out of here, hadn't I? Is this working now? Oh dear, the door appears to be locked. It's not really a lock as much as it is, well, this is a pickle of lilies. And that didn't work. Oh good. Am I dead? Okay, so the game suddenly kicked itself into high gear. Brilliant. This is what I wanted from the very beginning. I don't know why it gave me like half an hour's worth of an empty map first, before, Oh, I'm alive. Save my program. Yeah, I don't know why it gives you a huge empty map to wander around, but there's no SCPs in it, before it then brings you into an area where you can actually sort of have a bit of fun. I don't know, but we're here, which is, less than spiffing, but, never mind. I can press L. Oh, yes. I vaguely recall how this works. I don't recall falling through the floor. That much I don't recall. Right. Said it saved my progress, so it had better have saved it properly. Okay, if I can get out of this area, then I expect that it'll let me through the elevator and I can access some other stuff. Oh, okay, that's a code. I might write that down just in case we ever find that bloke's office. Probably not, but never mind. Where shall I write it? I'll write it here on the wall. Why not? Because that is professionalism. Right. Let's get rid of that. And let's see if we can get out of here, because then we'll be able to get into the... I'm sorry. What?
Don't panic.
You want...
Remember your training. Gotta find a weapon.
Okay. The hell am I doing here? And what is this? The helmet is too broken. It is unusable. Okay. This is fascinating. This isn't what I was expecting at all. Particularly since, as I said, it gave me like half an hour's worth of the runaround just trying to find the frickin' elevators that I'm supposed to go down in order to get the story going. But now the story has gotten going, this has suddenly become a lot more promising. I was about to give up on this recording and declare it as about the 100th failed SCP game. But this actually seems very interesting. This is entirely different from anything in Containment Breach, so this is fascinating. I can't jump, can I? I don't think so. I don't think I've got a jump button, so I don't think I'll be able to get over there. So let's see what we've got down here. Yes, this is totally new. We never had anything like this before. I don't have any of my items, do I? No, so I've lost like my key card and my gun and my knife and all the rest of my important stuff. Is that a fuse? Yes, here we are. So I could use this to get something going, potentially. But I don't know what is offline and what needs to be powered up yet. So I'll hang on to that for the time being. It might come in handy later. Interesting. So I was just expecting that you'd wander around and shoot a few folks, but it seems like they're taking a very, very different approach. I am certainly enjoying it and appreciating it. Let me scamper off for a little bit. Storage area 12C and 12A, okay. Could I use this crowbar, Half-Life style, and use this as a bludgeoning weapon? Yeah, can I assign this to something? Yes.
Better than nothing.
Yeah, very Half-Life-y. Okay, I need a fuse. Yep, here we go. There we go. Yay, we've got the elevator working. Are either of these openable? It doesn't seem like it. Both of these seem to be shut. Yes. Okay, then. Let's head down to somewhere. I don't know. Level 3? You push the button, but nothing happens. You then fly into a blind rage and start bashing the control pad with a crowbar. But of course, that's not how it freaking works. Just stop doing that, man. Okay, let's get to level 2 and see what we can find there. I've got my night vision, I thought. Not that the night vision was much good, it just made everything all red. I mean, it was better than nothing when it was dark, but it was still pretty much basically nothing. Okay, I do wish you'd hold this crowbar at a different angle, mate. It's extremely irritating, if I may be so bold as to say that. Is this the, yeah, this is the warhead silo. So, I think now we are in the, at least the light containment zone. If not the heavy area, we're definitely in the light containment zone. Hi, friend. You have a gun I could nab. You've got something. I don't know what it is, though. You've got a pistol. Okay, I'll have a little bit of that. I shall. There we go. I think I completely wasted that ammunition, but never mind, because it doesn't seem like this game has clip conservation. But never mind, we'll survive. But probably not. We'll run out of bullets! Firefight! Could you die? Could you die, man? Thank you! For goodness sake! You've got pyjamas on, and a head shaped like a badly beaten biscuit. But somehow you're able to do inordinate volumes of damage to me. Okay. Fine. Kitty aunt. I wasn't expecting that. Can I at least have his gun? Because it seems to have been amazingly overpowered given that it did so much damage to me. But no, it seems to have phased through the wall and I shall never see it ever again. Giddy aunt. I never remember being given a gun when I was at Class D. Maybe that just shows my age. I don't know. We've got more of these locked doors I'm not allowed to go down, which is a pain in my backside. We can't open any of these, which means going this way was a complete waste of time, and as such fighting that enemy was a complete waste of time. But never mind, it doesn't matter, I'm dead. Where's it going to put me back to? Back to the bit where I woke up in Ragtime Tales dance class. Right. Give us a minute. I shall try and get us back to something vaguely resembling something interesting.
Gotta find a weapon.
Right, okay, I've got the pistol back, and I've left everything else that was down that corridor to its own devices. I'm also not going to waste all the ammunition this time like I did last time. So I need to get back into my old habits. My very old habits from a very long time ago. About trying to fight this game, like blinking before you go through, oh gosh. Like blinking before you go through doors, and, blinking before you go through doors and shutting doors behind you, and all that jazz. Right! Speaking of jazz, they love jazz in France, and we're about to go and meet a lovely French gentleman that would very much like to kill me. Oh gosh. I can't see a thing. I apologise if it's like, you know, like monstrously dark for you. The situation is exactly the same for me. I can see absolutely nothing apart from the vaguest outline of a doorway at the end of a corridor. I can see a button on the right of it as well. There's a corridor that opens up to the left. I don't really want to look down the corridor because I can hear the crying man, and I don't want to meet him, and I don't want to accidentally see him. There's a switch there. It says generator and main. I'm going to move it to whatever it is in currently. That didn't help. I've also realised there's an elevator power feed, not anything else. There's a body here. I can't even recognise what it's wearing. I think it is another member of a similar team to myself. Yes. This is where the lovely doctor lives. It is going to be really fun trying to have a firefight with this guy. I mean, he doesn't have a projectile, which is going to make my life easier. What's going to make my life significantly more difficult is how frickin' dark it is. Come on, where are you? Just show your great big nose to the world and let me blast it off. Oh gosh. I can't use a melee weapon on him either. That would be an amazingly stupid thing to do, trying to use a melee weapon on the Doctor. Okay, right. Where are you, big nose? It's bizarre. It's a different kind of tense to what the original game was, because the original game was about always trying to avoid your foes. Now I sort of do want to find them, but also at the same time avoid them, because I want to find them and murder them, of course, because that's kind of necessary for the progression of the game in terms of what my job is, but at the same time I also really don't, because I know I'm going to die a lot. I'm not seeing a computer in here where I could say, but there might have been one. Oh gosh. I'd forgotten he had friends, little helpers. Did they notice me? Did they notice me, zombies? Oh dear. I'm gonna take that as a yes. I'm gonna take that as a little bit of a yes. I'm gonna try and lure them down here. There we go. And try and sort of shut the door behind them so that they can't escape. There we are. Lock them in there. Keep them in there permanently. Right. Is there a computer in here where I could save? It's a nice juicy keycard here. Oh yes, which of course I need. I need that. Yes, excellent. It's gonna think, oh, I don't need a keycard. What would I need a keycard for? I'm an employee. But you know, at the same time, I'm also like been stripped of all of my possessions and everything I've ever known and ever loved. So that's fun. Christmas fun. Okay, let's get the hell out of here. Let's not get the hell out of here. Well, I mean, yes, let's get out of here, but after I've killed this chap. Okay, this isn't quite as tense as I initially anticipated, but mine. He seems quite strong. He seems a heck of a lot stronger than I am. This is an incredibly serious issue, and I don't quite know how to deal with it. You're being intelligent about this, aren't you? Yes, you sort of are. I'm just gonna wait until I've got some sort of small nuclear missile to fire at him, because frankly I feel like that would be more successful than this little pea shooter of a pistol I've got. So, hooray, there's another magazine and a half down the frickin' drain pipe. Okay. There's a fine fellow on the other side of that door, and I'm very glad I can't open it. No, there was somebody else completely different on the other side of this door, and I don't know who it was. Oh gosh. And again, I haven't had the opportunity to say. My word, what was the frickin' point of sending me in this place with any bullets? Nobody seems vulnerable to them. Hey, are you dead again? A large amount of blood has been found in a location identified as, yes, me. Oh gosh, why do I suck so badly at the game? Never mind. Right, not finished yet. There is yet more to be done. There are more people to die by. I'm a giddy aunt. I thought, what the hell? I thought I was gonna be the one killing all of them, not the other way around. Okay, hurrah! I was gonna say we died to someone new. No, we already died to him. Could I be given the blasted opportunity to save? Right. Giddy aunt. I just want to get out of this circus and save. Dear. And now where the hell am I? What am I even looking at? What? I can't see anything. And I died. without even feeling it. Oh boy, I know I suck at almost everything I've ever played, but I mean, this is taking the frickin' biscuit along with the frickin' plate of biscuit we're on. It's right, it'll take the darn table as well. Right. I am dead again. Right, give me about, oh, I don't know, a year? Yeah, that sounds about reasonable. Give me about a year, and then maybe, if we're lucky, if Santa Claus thinks I have been a good boy, maybe I'll make a bit of frickin' progress in this game. Oh good, here again. I'm gonna go a different way. The hell is this? Something written there. I can't quite make out what it is though. Something is not 106. 106 is Ragtime Gal's definition, his designation. Its name is not 106? Is that it? No, its name is not 106. Its name is Ragtime Gal. That's the sort of thing that goes on around these parts. Okay, I've never seen that before. That's most bizarre and unusual and weird, and I've got no idea what's going on here. The only thing I do know is that I can't find a way out. This place seems to be a little bit of a maze. Oh, is this the throne room? I'm good at surviving the throne room because it only requires being obedient. And nothing else. Evening, mate. How's it going? If I remember correctly, you've got to crouch. See, that's why I'm good at that. I like the throne room. It's the only place I know how to get out of.
Don't panic.
Without dying.
Training. Gotta find a weapon.
Right. Okay. On the elevator. Getting out of 049's facility. I didn't pick up the key card, which was like vitally important that I pick up, but never frickin' mind, I've got a first aid kit, so at least I'll knock the mouse, look in the wrong direction, sign my own death warrant. That sounds like a frickin' marvellous plan. Let's hope he's being forgiving. He's not, is he? He's not feeling the slightest bit forgiving. Nope. Maybe I can kill him in a Tesla gate. Maybe I die in a Tesla gate? Nope, not die in a Tesla gate. Right! I suppose I'll have another frickin' go, shall I? I am so bad at this. Oh gosh. It's fun though. Right, now that we've got out of the endless labyrinth of empty, meaningless, boring offices, we've actually got to a genuinely fun bit of game. I just wish I wasn't, you know, quite so frickin' rubbish at it. Right, third time's charm? What could possibly go wrong this time? I've actually got the frickin' keycard and everything this time. I could nearly back my head into his buttocks. Yeah, I could do that. That's the thing that could happen in this world. Right, maybe now, if I've been a good boy, they'll give me a frickin' computer and I can save the darned game. Somehow I doubt it. But one never can tell in this wacky world of ours. Okie dokie. Progress is being made. Ah, yes. I know where we are now. We're just above the containment facility for 682, I believe his designation is. The charming gentleman who I always really wanted to actually see, but then the game crashed. Oh. Right. Okay. I'm gonna look at these. What's these? Credits, websites. I'm going to throw in the towel there, right? Because I've been playing for about an hour and a half now, and the game is actually a lot more promising than I thought it was, right? Once it gets going, it's actually really good, and I really enjoy it. It's actually really fun. It's a lovely sort of reimagining, almost like a little redesign of the original Containment Breach game, and it's like faithful enough, but also different enough in order to be really, really fun, which is fantastic. I really do question why they give you this huge map in the entrance zone that you can wander around and look at things, but then it's all completely empty, and it's just a matter of you wandering around for ages trying to find out where those elevators are so you can get the game going, which to me doesn't seem really like a good idea, because for new people to the franchise, that's going to make the game seem really boring, and they don't actually get to play the interesting bit of it if they don't have the wherewithal to stick with it. And for experienced players, it means they want to get to the fun stuff, the juicy stuff of all the SCPs, but then again, it takes them for frickin' ever to get going because they can't find the elevator. Maybe I was being dumb, maybe somehow they did mention where the elevators were or something. I don't know, but I certainly didn't hear them. But yeah, once it gets going, really good. It just seriously needs to get going a bit faster. But yeah, it's fun. It's really, I mean, it's my own fault, right? Like, I shouldn't have been playing on the medium difficulty. I should have gone for the easy difficulty so that I could save any point, which would have made that a lot easier. But yeah, it would be nice if there were a few more computers just occasionally, you know, even if it was just one after you get out of 106's realm, that would be lovely. But never mind. But I'm impressed. I'm impressed with how faithful it is, and I'm impressed that even though it's only been released a few days ago, it's already got loads of the classic and really fun SCPs in it, which is great. I don't really see the point of the guns, really, because in like the first map, where you've got the guns, there's nothing to kill, with the exception of that there's a zombie doctor, and in the second bit of the map, everyone seems impervious to all of the bullets, which is great. Really, really great. But never mind, that's life. This was fun, and I really enjoyed it. It's free as well, and it's on Steam, so if you would like to play it yourself and see if you can get further than I did, which, let's be honest, won't be difficult, then yes, you have more than enough opportunity to do that. So thank you very much for joining this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night.